Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see, today I am out and about. I'm in a park. I'm coming to you from the Ciutadella Park in Barcelona, and I hope you can hear me well. Today I'm going to talk about reinforcing your creator mindset when you're manifesting, and I hope that the sound quality is great because I've not done a video from here yet. So you can consider yourself like you're just chilling with me here in Barcelona in the park. I'm gonna have my alcohol-free beer. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you're watching this on the replay, then just put your questions in the comments. I'm literally feeling like Buddha sitting under the Bodhi tree because I've actually sat here because it's like shadow behind the tree, the shadow behind the tree, so it's not so hot. And then when I sat down, I was like, this reminds me of the Buddha story. So, quick announcement: if you are looking to join a live event with me, then check out the links in the description box below. I'm hosting a inner child meditation on next Thursday, which is 1st September 2022. Feel free to join. The tickets are currently very affordable. The price is going to go up. But if you're watching this on the replay and the event might be already over, you can also find my links to the recorded meditations or to future live events or to all of my services in the box below. You'll also find a link to my Instagram account where I post lots of valuable content. And that being said, so let's get started. And I know I hear some drums in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. There's a lot of energy going on, but it's really nice energy here in the park. And that's why I wanted to make the video here actually instead of doing it from inside. I'm receiving the first comment. Hi Julia, ma'am. Please don't call me ma'am. I'm saying that. I've already said that, but I find it funny, honestly. But it's so funny to receive this kind of comment. Alright, anyway. All your videos are so amazing and I resonate with them so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for this beautiful comment. I honestly feel so energized when receiving these kinds of comments. It's like I feel so appreciated and so loved and so valued. So thank you so much for being here. I value and appreciate you as well. Another question. Alright, I'm just gonna start with the questions, and I'm gonna talk about today's topic as well. But as I said, it's kind of a free flow video. So I'm gonna get to the topic later, to the creator mindset, reinforcing the creator mindset. Hey, whenever I try, so next comment, hey, whenever I try to do techniques with feelings, I feel some kind of resistance in my feet and stomach. Any idea? Maybe you can describe in more depth, but it's very natural that your resistance is coming up and also expressing in through physical symptoms. It is very natural. I personally don't experience resistance in my feet necessarily. I sometimes experience it in my heart or in my stomach in the form of pain, in the form of heaviness, in the form of emptiness or something like that. But we're all different. It's totally okay if you experience some pain or resistance in your feet. Maybe you can describe a little bit more so I can address it in more depth. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay if that comes up. As we're aligning with our manifestations, as we're aligning with our dream reality, as you are doing that, different kind of symptoms can come up, different kinds of resistance can come up. Allow it to be there. Don't add any resistance to the already upcoming resistance. Just kind of be loving towards yourself, be compassionate towards yourself. Love the resistance, kind of melt it away by loving it, by just being either indifferent or loving towards it. And yeah, just allow it to be there. And you're probably gonna see me watch right and left sometimes because I already experienced pickpockets in Barcelona, and I assume that I'm never gonna be robbed again. but I'm still like aware and mindful because it just happened in the past. Although I got all my valuable stuff, I actually got underneath my clothes where I'm sitting. But yeah, that's the experience here in the park that I'm having. I gotta be mindful of my stuff. And I love that I can find very nice alcohol-free beer everywhere here. It's like, I don't know, I just enjoy that so much. Because of the heat, I cannot eat very much. So if I would drink real beer, I would not be making this video, or I would be even more relaxed maybe. maybe not in a good way afterwards. So I'm doing emotional healing. Thank you so much. Sitting with my emotions. Yeah, it's amazing to just be with your emotions, just allow them to be there. Just trust that they're coming out to be purged, they're coming up to be seen, to be purged, to be felt, but don't attach any negative meaning to them. It's okay to feel your emotions, it's okay for them to come up. Now, what I wanted to talk about in today's video, as the title says, is the importance of reinforcing your creator mindset, the importance of generally reinforcing the state of the wish fulfilled when you're manifesting. And I can't stress it enough, like I'll repeat that over and over again. It's so important and it helps me so much to remember that when we are not reinforcing being the creator of our realities, what can happen, especially at the beginning of this journey, is we're falling back into victim mindset, where we are experiencing our conditioning instead of, creating the reality that we desire. When you're experiencing our conditioning, we are basically recreating the past. We're recreating our old assumptions. We're recreating what we learned when we were younger, what we learned in the past. And those beliefs might be helpful or not helpful in any given situation. And for many of us, our conditioning includes beliefs that are not very helpful. So what I want to remind you of and just like remind you to be aware of is that you want to reinforce you being the creator of your reality every day, every hour, every minute, every second. Just go back to that over and over again. I think we all have been there when we're trying to manifest by saying affirmation after affirmation, or focusing on our desire in particular, and that can be very, very helpful. But when we're coming from the energy of not believing that we are the creators of our reality, it can be extremely difficult to manifest something, even if you're focusing on your desire, because you're focusing on your desire from the belief that you can't have it, that you can't create it, that you're ultimately not the creator of your reality, you're victim to your reality, so you're hoping basically that it'll work. When you are the creator, when you're really immersed in being the creator of your reality, it's very natural for you to create and therefore receive the experiences that you desire, because you are the creator, because you're living from the inside out. And that's such a not radical, it is radical, but it's such an important shift to be making. Even when we have experience, I would say I already have some experience with manifesting, like some significant experience with manifesting, and I still feel like I got a lot to learn, or a lot to practice for the future. Because even when you're practicing, even when you're having experiences, even when you have manifested and you've manifested consciously over and over again, your mind might want to go back to your conditioning, might want to go back, or not want to go back, but just out of habit, it might go back to beliefs, old beliefs that just feel familiar. They might not feel good, but they feel familiar. And it doesn't require much energy for you to believe that. And unfortunately, many of us believe that, well, I can't have what we want. Well, being successful is difficult. Well, I'm not loved. I'm not chosen. I don't know, I'm a mess, whatever you're believing. And unfortunately, I was holding many beliefs that were not helpful for me, that were leading to emotions and experiences that were not nice to experience. And still sometimes my conditioning comes up and wants to do the same shit all over again. Wants to create the same old story all over again. That's why I'm saying reinforcement is so important. And once you take the decision to stop the old story and to reinforce the new one over and over again, you will see movement, you will see changes. It will start from you changing within. That will be the first movement that you will probably experience, and then you're gonna start to see it being pushed out over and over and over again. It all starts within. So take a decision that you're not waiting anymore for the external reality to change. You are starting to create it within, and you're starting to get your fulfillment from your inner creation. And then you're simply going to receive as a natural result the external reality, the external manifestation, or the seemingly external manifestation. I saw a video yesterday that said, where the YouTuber said, and I found this perspective very, very helpful and very interesting. Even the external world is just your imagination. Even the physical world is just another form of imagination. I do agree with that. I think it makes a lot of sense. Everything is one, all is energy, everything is our imagination. And there are more subtle forms of imagining, like when you're imagining and you're experiencing it in a form of a thought, or of an emotion, of an inner conviction. You're experiencing it within your consciousness. And there are more dense ways of imagining, what we're calling the 3D, where we're experiencing things seemingly external, which ultimately is an illusion, but it seems like it's external. It seems very solid, but it's still your imagination. So that was my response, or my topic for today. And I want to go and check the comments that I received. And if you have any questions, put it in the comments. That's such a beautiful comment. You are so beautiful. Please make videos on appearance change and how to manifest anything related to our physical appearance. I mean, how to be beautiful and radiant like you. You're so beautiful already, first of all. Like, thank you so much for this comment. I receive it open-heartedly. I receive your beautiful energy. I feel so blessed to have you as a part of my community, to have you here. And absolutely, I'm happy to make a video about that. And in short, you change your physical experience and you create a radiance about around yourself by loving yourself, by knowing who you are, by knowing that you are beautiful, and by reinforcing that over and over again. I'm going to make a video specifically on that, and maybe I'm going to prepare it a little more, I don't know, because I usually like to free flow in my videos. But basically what you're doing when you want to change your external or your physical appearance, including your energy, like including your aura or your radiance, what you're basically doing is you're starting to believe that you're beautiful, you're starting to believe that you're radiant, you're starting to believe that you're vibrant, you're starting to own that, to know that it's true. And also you have to question your limiting beliefs. You have to question the belief that I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not as beautiful as anyone else. You gotta question those beliefs and allow yourself to embody the knowing that you are beautiful, because you are. You really are. Can I ask you one question about beliefs and emotions? Of course. Old story triggering with some emotions, so when I release my emotions, then it's easy to change the old story. Sorry for many questions. So you don't have to apologize for asking a question. That's why I'm here. I love to answer your questions. That's why I'm live. So if I understand correctly, your question is if it's easier to change the old story when you're releasing your emotions. That's what I'm hearing. The way I would describe it is it's easier for you to change your story when you are aware of what's going on within you, when you're aware of your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, energy, actions, when you're aware of the entirety of your own story, when you, that's one thing, the awareness. You gotta see your identification with it, because always when you're having difficulty to change your story, it's because we're identified with it. Meaning, we think that it's true. We think that this story that we're telling about ourselves and those limiting beliefs are true. If I feel rejected, and I believe that I really am rejected, then it's going to be difficult for me to change the story. When I don't believe that it's true, when I don't believe that I'm really rejected, when I don't believe that story is going to naturally stop appearing. So when we stop identifying with it, when we stop believing that it's true, then the old story is going to change. And it's going to stop popping up, because if I don't believe that I'm rejected, why would I still think I'm rejected, right? So what you want to do is you want to become aware of any old story. You want to see that you're identified with it, really see what does it mean to be identified, what does it mean to believe that old story, how does that feel? And then you want to soothe those emotions. In soothing them, from my perspective, you can start releasing them. So it's two things really that you're doing when you are releasing the old story. It's soothing your emotions and questioning your story or questioning your beliefs. So what you're doing when you're soothing yourself is you're giving love to yourself, which helps you disidentify from the old story, because now you're on a higher level of energy, you're in more abundance, so it's easier for you to see that the old story is not relevant or not true. And when you're questioning, in another way, you're also creating distance between you and your story by asking, is this really true? Am I really rejected? How can I view this in another way? What's another perspective? What's another way to look at this? What's another interpretation? How am I not rejected? How am I making this up? Really question the stories and the beliefs that you're telling yourself that do not feel good. Because beliefs are just stories or thoughts that you keep thinking, stories that you keep on giving power to, giving your attention to, and believing in. And then after questioning that and then creating the distance and soothing yourself and really creating a sense of abundance within yourself by loving yourself, you can then start to create a new story. What's a new story? What are new beliefs that you want to think about yourself, that you want to believe about yourself? And at the beginning, those beliefs might not feel true. When let's go back to physical appearance. I had a time in my life where I was experiencing a lot of limiting beliefs and a lot of inner wounds around my physical appearance, because there were some very bad beliefs that I had about myself. At the beginning, I was identified with them, so I didn't know that they were not true. I knew to some extent, on some level, I knew that, but on some other level, I was identified with them. So when I started realizing that they are not true, I started seeing and becoming aware of the beliefs. I started questioning them. I started soothing myself. When I started doing that, when I started pondering on them and questioning them, I could then come up with new beliefs that I wanted to be true. Did they feel true from the beginning? No. Did I feel like a goddess from the very beginning? On a level, yes. Because on a level we all know that we're God of our reality, goddess of our reality. We know that we are divine on some level. But a big part of me was identified with not seeing that. And it took belief, it took practice, it took courage to own, no, I'm a beautiful goddess. I'm a goddess, I'm perfect. I don't need to compare myself to anyone. I don't need anyone's validation to know I'm a 10 out of 10. And I was looking for that validation because I had limiting beliefs. I was looking for that validation. And from my perspective, knowing that you're perfect, knowing that you're a 10 out of 10, knowing that you're divine, it has nothing to do with arrogance. It has something to do with worthiness. You're not better than anyone. You're not perfect in the sense of any external beauty standard. You're just you. You're perfect as you are. You don't need a beauty standard to compare yourself to. You don't need anyone's validation. You don't need that. You are perfect as you are. You can change if you want to, but you don't have to. You can define your own standard. You can choose to consider beautiful whatever you want to consider beautiful, or whatever you do consider beautiful. You can align yourself to how you want to look like, but I encourage you to work on beliefs that keep reinforcing you feeling like you're not good enough. Like, if you think your eyes have to look a particular way, if you think your nose has to look a particular way, if you think your lips have to look a particular way, if you feel like you need to change, I encourage you to change your belief about that. And obviously, I mean, you're the creator of your reality, and you're allowed to want to change. You're allowed to not accept yourself if you don't want that. But honestly, even if you want to change your physical appearance, oh my god, if you want to change your physical appearance, which I honestly consider to be something like creative and fun to do. Not necessary, but it can be fun. Like, I love expressing through my body, through the way I dress, through the way I look. I encourage you to do that on the foundation of self-love and self-acceptance, which means I'm not changing my physical what is happening today? I'm not changing my physical appearance because I'm ugly or not good enough. I'm changing my physical appearance because I want to, because I'm feeling inspired to, because I feel even, let's put it like that, even more divine. Not that I'm less divine before, but I feel more aligned doing it. I feel more aligned right now wearing these earrings versus other earrings. Does it mean that the other earrings are less beautiful? No, I'm in the mood of these red earrings right now. I'm in the mood of wearing this, like my hair like this today. Does it mean that when I'm wearing it in a different way it's not beautiful? No, that's just how I want to look today. That's just how I feel most divine today. Was I less divine yesterday or 2 years ago, or will I be less divine tomorrow when I look differently? No, I won't. So I encourage you to value yourself as you are and to evolve and change in the way you want to. But I get sometimes questions, people asking me, how can I change my face so I look like someone else? And honestly, as we are the creators of our realities and everything in some way is possible, you can, from my perspective, start to look differently. But if you want to look like another person, that sounds to me like it's coming from a very low state of being. You're actually not appreciating who you are. You're not appreciating your unique expression. And in that sense, you're also in a very low vibration, meaning that you're more bound to physical laws, and you're very in a much denser energy where it's more difficult to change, where you're probably not going to manifest looking completely different. When you realize that you don't need to change, that's when it's easier to change and to influence your physical appearance as well. Might sound far-fetched, but it's actually true. It's like, for example, in your mind, it's a very subtle energy. When you're thinking, in your mind you can imagine yourself looking differently, being a completely different person. You can imagine that because on a subtle level it's possible. But when you are at the level of understanding that you're already perfect and on a level where you can manifest anything that you want, you're not going to be attached anymore to looking like someone else that you now consider more beautiful, because you're gonna realize, I'm perfect, I'm me for a reason, I want to be me. When you're on these high level of energy, you can manifest more. You will also have less of a need to manifest that, where you're probably gonna be happy with yourself. But again, you can change your physical appearance. Gosh, what's happening with me today? Can change your physical appearance 100%. The way I see it most commonly happen is not that you're starting to look like a completely different person, like a clone of someone else, like a mirror of someone else. You're gonna start like the most attractive version of yourself. That's my experience. Yeah. So I'm a nihilist, please help. Well, tell me what I can help you with. It sounds to me like maybe you're trapped in your logical mind and your logical, rational thinking. In which case, I encourage you to connect with your heart, do things that make you feel joyful, do things that you feel inspired to do. Don't think that just because currently you feel like trapped or anything that you are trapped. You're not trapped, ever. It just feels like that because maybe you don't feel much. Connect with your body, do things that bring you joy, like connect to whatever you want to do. And even if you're just doing it in your mind and you're just imagining things that you would like to experience, think about things and experience things in your imagination or in your 3D that make you feel joyful. How would you like to be treated? How would you like to be loved? Who would you like to be surrounded by? How would you like people to treat you or see you? Who would you like to be? What would you like to experience or have or do? What would bring you joy? How would you like to feel? Ask yourself these questions. Next comment. Thank you so much for your response. One thing I have observed is when I start affirming that I'm attractive, radiant, or vibrant, it feels like a lie. Is it normal to feel this way in the beginning? Yes, to a certain extent, absolutely, because your mind is not used to you giving yourself this treatment, allowing yourself to feel beautiful. So at the beginning, it's possible that it feels like a lie, and what I encourage you to kind of explore is different types of affirmations. So, for example, sometimes when you are trying to say like extremely positive affirmations, it might feel a bit difficult in the beginning, and it might feel a little bit like, it's not true because it's too positive. So when you're going from I'm completely ugly to I'm a 10 out of 10, it might feel false. What you can do then is, well, you can take it in steps. Instead of saying I'm a goddess or I'm a 10 out of 10 or I'm a most beautiful man, you can say, I know that I'm not ugly. I'm not that ugly. Like, and I know it sounds bad. But if you really are at the low end of anything that you want to manifest, then making it less horrible can be extremely helpful. No, I'm not that ugly. I'm not disgusting. I'm okay. Some people like the way I look. I sometimes receive compliments, and I know it's a very extreme example. I assume that nobody here feels really that ugly, but maybe maybe sometimes maybe some people do. I had moments where I felt very uncertain about myself, and maybe even if it sounds bad to say these kind of affirmations for someone who already feels very beautiful, when you are feeling very low, when you're feeling ugly or very drained or very unhappy or in some way, shape or form down, very low energetic, then saying an affirmation that is less bad will feel better. of course, you don't want to move up the scale and say like, okay, no, maybe I look okay. Maybe I'm attractive to, I don't know, 50% of the people, and the other ones don't find me attractive. Well, maybe I'm sometimes attractive. Maybe I sometimes look okay. I sometimes look good. Well, actually, I look okay. Well, actually, I'm attractive. Actually, I'm pretty attractive. Well, actually, I am attractive most of the time to most people. Well, actually, I'm very attractive. Well, I know that I'm attractive. I'm hot. I'm irresistible. Can you see how you're moving up the scale? And there's no shame in any of that. Like, maybe on some days I have days where I feel more attractive than others, and on a day I don't feel so attractive. I don't force myself into I'm the most beautiful goddess ever. I'm just saying, like, when my mind goes into like, you look weird today, or you don't look good today, I'm going into no, I actually don't look that bad today, or actually I'm still sweet. I'm still kind of sweet today. I look tired, but it's a sweet kind of tired. Or I'm still like lovely in my tiredness, or in me being drained today. And that's actually very nice, because then you can kind of like get used to the feeling of having a choice, feeling like, well, I'm actually able to move up the scale and feeling better, and it gives you a positive experience and helps you not feel trapped. So whenever you want to change something in your experience, you know, find the affirmation that feels good. And also sometimes actually what I experience is that saying affirmations that are actually way higher can also work. Like, sometimes when I do feel bad, it can help to not just say an affirmation that is slightly positive or slightly more positive than the one before, but to really go all in and say like, no, I am a goddess. I claim myself to be a goddess. I'm so worthy. I'm absolutely irresistible. I know that I'm wanted. I know that I'm chosen. I know that I'm it. I'm the one. I'm so worthy. I'm so attractive. I'm absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glowing. I'm so vibrant. I'm so radiant. And by going all in, I kind of like hit home by really telling myself, no babe, no girl, no sweetie, no my love, you are not anything down there, you're up here baby. Like, that's really the energy that I put into myself, and sometimes that works extremely well for me. I can't really say why, like maybe because I'm practiced, but even as I'm practiced, sometimes it helps me to manifest in steps, and sometimes it helps me to go all in. So I don't think it's really that is the only reason. I think sometimes, you know, you're just capable of switching quicker, and sometimes maybe not, and you just gotta experience and like you know, try it out for yourself and see what works for you. Okay, let's see. I hope that it was helpful. I intend, and I know that this was helpful, and I assume it was helpful. Can you actually see me well? Because now it's kind of the light is coming from the back. But yeah. Absolutely amazing, your channel. Thank you so much. Do you personally know Joe? What? Who is Joe? I don't know who you're talking about. So, are there any more questions? If not, I will say goodbye for now. Ah yeah, there is another question. I was like, maybe there is something more. How do we get used to receiving compliments from people? It feels uneasy sometimes, though the compliment is sweet and beautiful. By internally changing our own inner dialogue. So, first of all, what I did to start really accepting compliments and really feeling them was internally in my mind. I was observing when I wasn't receiving them, like you're doing now. You're telling me, well, I don't feel the compliment, like I feel like I'm not receiving it. Observe that. Great, you have the awareness. That's amazing. Observe the inner dialogue that is talking against that compliment. What do you believe about yourself? Why you can't accept that compliment? Like, oh no, I'm actually not beautiful, or I'm not sweet, or oh, this person is probably just being nice, or what is your inner dialogue? How are you talking yourself out of the compliment? And how does that make you feel? What you then want to do is you want to internally accept the compliment by saying, no, I do intend to accept this compliment. I do intend to feel the compliment. I do intend to be more receptive to compliments in the future. Say that to yourself internally, and do say thank you to the person. Thank you. Like, when somebody compliments me, I say thank you. And I am now at a level where, it sounds weird, but well, I am at a level where when somebody compliments me, not every time, but more often than before, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I really feel it. I say it to them. Sometimes I even say, like, depending on the level of depth that I'm receiving the compliment, I'm like, thank you for saying that. I really feel your appreciation. I really feel a compliment. I receive your compliment. Like, whatever I feel inspired to say. Like, obviously I'm not talking an hour about a compliment, but I'm saying something to it that I feel inspired to say. Sometimes also what you can do is like, oh, thank you, what makes you think that about me? Like, I do that sometimes when I'm like receiving the compliment, but I also want to receive it more, and I maybe I want to learn more about how this person perceives me, and I want to receive the compliment in more depth because I noticed that I still have some resistance to it. I say, well, what exactly do you like about me? What exactly about this characteristic are you seeing in me? What are you seeing in me? That I only do when I feel comfortable with the people, when I feel comfortable asking for that. But for me, it's a playful way of allowing the person to tell me what they like about me, and I think it's totally valid. Just don't be dependent on them complimenting you more, because some people might add to their compliments. Some people might, just don't know what to say. Don't worry. Like, if they feel, confused, just let them be. It doesn't matter. And then what you want to do is, of course, and that's very, very important, practice a new self-concept. Practice knowing that you are the things that people are complimenting you on, or not yet complimenting you on. Practice knowing that you're intelligent. Practice knowing that you're wise. Practice knowing that you're beautiful. Practice knowing that you're funny. Practice feeling like you're this amazing person. And practice knowing that people see you that way too. That's how I accept compliments, and that's, I think, how it will work for most people. Another question: how did you manifest your SP? So I don't have one and only SP. I manifested different SPs at different times, in different ways, romantically and non-romantically. So therefore, this is a very broad question. But the main points that I see in manifesting specific people, showing up in specific ways in your life, is, I'm just gonna be very broad because the question seems a little broad to me, because that's how I received the question. You want to know that you're a creator of your reality, and you want to be rooted in love. That's, for me, that's the foundation of successful specific person manifestation. From there, you can become more specific. But if you become more specific before you know that you're the creator of your reality, before you feel love, abandoned, what can happen, and what I also experience when I'm out of touch with this deeper foundation, you are starting to try and manifest from lack, which will mirror lack. means your specific person might still show up in your reality, but in a way that is maybe not completely aligned with what you want, because you're not aligned with what you want. So what you want to do is really root yourself in God consciousness, root yourself in love, make that the foundation. Have an amazing self-concept. Make yourself feel loved in your reality. Make yourself the priority in your reality in a non-narcissistic way, obviously. But work on yourself. Feel happy with yourself. Have an amazing relationship with yourself. And on that, these are the foundational cornerstones, I would say, to then manifest a specific person to want you, to be in love with you, to think about you, to do certain things with you or for you, to show up a certain way, like to reconcile with you, to reach out to you, to respond differently to you. But yeah, that's really the main tip. That I want to make more videos about that, because sometimes I feel it's easy, honestly, and I've been there, and I'm still like working on mastering my manifesting skills, obviously, as well. Like, this journey is deepening from my perspective. But what I see with specific person manifestations is, and it's not only the specific person manifestation, but that one is quite, a good example. We can get obsessed with a specific person, and particularly because it can feel so enchanting, it can feel so amazing to manifest a specific person. It can feel so otherworldly, because it's like, wow, how is that possible? It's such a miracle to be able to manifest so specifically. So yeah, I think it's very, very important to stay focused, centered, rooted within your own self-love, within your own love, knowing that they are not separate from you. I could literally talk, I've talked a lot about this topic. I have actually many SP manifestation videos. But yeah, what I would really say about manifesting specific people, or also like new specific people, like people that you're manifesting in your life, you have a special connection, they're a manifestation, that they are like specifically reflecting qualities that you wanted to manifest. That usually happened to me when I was already feeling very blessed, feeling very grateful, feeling very, very, very abundant. And yeah, sometimes, it is really manifesting a specific person, of course, is a combination of being in that abundant state, being God or the goddess of your reality, being love, and then also allowing your desire of that for that specific person to be in your life, to infuse your imagination, to know that they are coming to know that they are coming towards you, to know that you're creating that reality, to know that you can create that reality. So I would say it's really a mixture of like general abundance, general love, knowing that you are love, knowing that you are complete as you are, and then infusing your imagination with and I have this preference, and I know I can have this preference, and this preference is just a reflection of me. Like, that's how that's how I recommend going about it. But I feel that there are so many things that you can do when you manifest a specific person, and ultimately I think it's so important to remember that everything is actually a reflection of you. So please don't get lost in manifesting a specific person. I honestly think that manifesting a specific person can be a trap. Doesn't have to, and I think it's an amazing area of manifestation to explore, an amazing area of spirituality to explore. Don't get lost in it. Like, they're ultimately just a reflection of you, and it will probably just float into your reality when you're like knowing who you are. So yeah, keep manifesting, keep persisting, and do surrender, do let go in moments where you feel like, I'm obsessed, I gotta focus back on myself. Like, don't measure yourself against the success of manifesting a specific person, because chances are you might be in that moment when you're trying to control and pressure yourself. Yeah, there might be a lot of tension within you, and in those scenarios it seldomly works. So yeah, see it playfully, look at it playfully. It's a fun thing to do, but don't force yourself. Like, by all means, they're not so special. They're just as special as everything else is. They're just as special as you are. And yeah, at the same time, we do give them this special meaning in our lives, which is beautiful, but just realize how you are making them special. You're allowed to see them, keep seeing them as special, but realize that you are giving the meaning to them. That they are here because they're reflecting you wanting to experience something special. Alright, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it's not that they're not special. It's like just existence is special. Everybody is special in their own unique way. So realize how you're creating that meaning, alright? Thanks a lot, Julia. I loved your responses and I'm going to follow them for sure. Lots of love, Queen. Thank you so much, my love. I'm feeling so blessed again to have you here. Thank you for such a good answer. Thank you for inspiring me to make these videos, to inspire me to answer in this way. Are there any more questions? I'm gonna wait another minute. See if there are more questions. It was really fun answering your questions, honestly. I hope that the audio is good, but I guess so. Because apparently nobody complained. And yeah, again, I want to remind you that on Thursday I'm hosting a live meditation on inner child healing. It's going to be available, like right now, it's available for 10 euros. The price is going to go up as the tickets are sold. So make sure to check out in my online shop, if you want to join. If you can't join live, you can still get a ticket now. And then receive the meditation recording. Yeah, so if you can't attend live for whichever reason, you will be able to get a recording. Even if you're attending live, you will get a recording afterwards, so you can listen to it over and over again. And I don't have any links in the description right now as I'm live, but I'm gonna put the links into the description within the next 24 hours. But if you wanna purchase your ticket before, which I recommend you do because it's cheaper now, then check out any other of my videos. In the description box you will find the links to my online shop, to my services, to my meditations. Just check out the links. You will be able to find the link to my meditation, or go to my Instagram account and go to my stories, and you will find a link to all of my meditations and to specifically the next live meditation in there as well. And now I see a fun question. How are you and why did you move to Spain? So currently I feel like I'm integrating. I'm integrating a few beliefs that I had to look at, that I need to look at, that I needed to kind of up level. So I'm currently feeling a mixture of emotions, very pleasant emotions, very expansive feelings, and also like my shadow that wants to be seen, wants to be reflected upon, wants to be contemplated, loved, and integrated. So, and there's a mixture, there's a movement happening within me, which is very natural because I did move to Spain. This is a manifestation. I'm very happy to be here, and I feel like it's kind of a transition phase to arrive here, to accept that this is now my reality, to accept that this dream is now real. It's a manifestation that is like real now. It's my new reality. It's a new part of my self-concept, and I feel that being here, and to answer the question why I'm here, it's because I want to be here. I think this place is magical. It's like very healing for me. It's like very joyful for me to be here. I simply love Spain so much. I love Barcelona so much. I had amazing experiences here last year, so that's why I'm here. And my heart wanted to be here, so that's why I moved. And I feel inspired to be here. I feel inspired to create from here. I feel like there's an amazing energy that is evoked when I'm here. And yeah, I feel that gives me also the capacity, the ability to go deeper within myself. So yeah, that's how I feel currently. Yeah. Now, thank you so much for your questions. Thank you so much for being here. See you in the next video. Bye.